People look at me, they see an artist, I'm creative, my studio, I have 3 kids, I open my gallery, and my husband, my house. I look put together, and they have no idea how I got here and what a different picture it was before. I literally came from nothing. I had nothing to eat, I had no one.
If you look up resilience in the dictionary, you'll find a picture of Margalit Romana. Growing up with both parents being addicts and having no food on the table, the cards were stacked against her. But Margalit didn't just get by, she persevered. Over the years, Margalit created and sold thousands of paintings, was featured in 12 publications, and recently opened up a beautiful gallery in Asbury, New Jersey.
I went to Manhattan Beach Elementary and Shada Torah High School. My grandparents raised me. I had a difficult childhood and I didn't have money or food or have time to just run around and play. There was a moment in time where I was in the court system and they were asking who do you want to live with, and we were trying to find guardians, and I almost ended up in foster care. I went to therapy, and I think that through this process of going through what I went through, I had a very clear understanding that that's not a weakness, it's a strength. Because when you understand why you feel the way you feel, why you fear certain things, you can really essentially conquer anything. I went to Brooklyn College and I took art history with Professor Ball, and I love her. She's amazing. She actually knows that I pursued a career in art after her class. She knows it and she always smiles. I didn't even know that there was such a thing because Shada Torah, they don't teach that. And I took every art history class. After college, I just started experimenting with art techniques and playing around while I was home.
When did you start this business?
I sold my first piece in 2012, I believe.
What made you paint that piece?
I painted them because I was exploring with materials.
And then you just said, I'll start painting because to
I
make
want
money?
to.
Or
No,
it was
I just want to paint. I like it. There was no intention of this. It was just something that I thought, okay, this is fun.
So what was your first piece?
So in college, in one of my art history classes, I took a few classes with Lenore Cohen, and she's another artist. She had called me and said, someone called me, they need artwork for their restaurant, but I have artwork somewhere else. I don't have enough to put in. Do you want to put yours in? So I put mine in, and I sold my first set. And then I put artwork in the center. I had that opportunity, and then I sold another one, and then another one, and then with social media, I just kept posting what I was working on, and I got calls for commissions.
So now, 2 years in, 2014, designers are calling you. What are they saying, designers?
That I need a painting that these colors, these specifications, can you do it? And I started making all custom work, and it became more of a commissions-based artist, which means that I started to really make my main business end was making what other people wanted me to make, what they needed for themselves, versus them buying ready-made art off the table or off the wall. I wanted to make sure, especially with my history, I wanted to make sure I had a certain upbringing for my kids. And I understand how everyone else wants to do it. It's not right or wrong. But for me personally, because of my own emotional baggage or fears, I wanted to make sure I almost corrected whatever I didn't have. And I wanted to be very present with them.
How do you go from having an Instagram account, having some designers call you, have some clients, to now where you are now?
Right. I hadn't worked with anyone commercially yet. And then I got a call from Sophia from Urban Pops. I was a customer. I love her, She called me and said, I have my store in New Jersey, in Allenhurst, and I I need to revamp, I need color, I need to add life to it. What do you think? So I came by and I looked, and it was incredible because it brought me to that like next level where I can now work in a commercial setting. It was a mural I painted directly on the walls. It was just an amazing before and after in a commercial setting, and it was my first time lapse ever. I want to say it was at least 4 years ago, if not longer. People still tell me, you did Urban Pops? I love it. I love it in there.
What was your second commercial space?
Eddie Abraham struggled with cancer as a teen, and most hospitals, they have a room, a hangout room, but it's for babies. There's baby toys. There's nothing really for teens. So years after he passed, his parents, I believe it was his parents, they made a foundation to make a teen room for, a teen lounge room for teens in the hospital for extended periods of time, so that they have a place to unwind, and it's a place to regroup their thoughts. They're struggling through so much, and it's just sterile. I helped with the art for the room in Jersey Shore Medical. That was my first hospital installation. Then I did Juice Theory. I wanted to look for a gallery space, so I found this amazing space on Main Street, and I decided to completely revamp it from top to bottom and make it really like a live Instagram account where it's called @Margalit Arts, because that's my Instagram handle, and this is not like a sterile gallery environment. This is a interactive. You want to take a selfie, you want to come visit, you want to come experience the artwork, you want to play. It's not, there's like no, when you walk into typical galleries, no one talks. I was starting to get calls from people hosting auctions that needed, they were raising money for whatever charities it was, and they needed prizes. So I also started to donate a lot of work because I felt like I can give back. I was given so much when I was younger to help me through. I said I can give back with this. I think that it's important, and also more eyes would be on the work. So it's really a win-win no matter what.
Do you want to talk about what you designed outside of your gallery?
Oh, we can. My gallery's in Asbury, like I said earlier, and it's on Main Street. It's right across the street from the Asbury police station. I got a call Sunday night from my landlord, there's gonna be protests, and I think you should board up. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm an artist. I bring color to the world. I don't board up and just hide. I stayed up. It was probably it was a 36-hour day. I thought of the concept to make my window a tribute to George Floyd. Everyone was there, and it really made a huge impact because everyone else boarded up. I was the only one that didn't.
You were on the news.
I was on the news. Yeah, I was on the news. Asbury Park Press covered it, NewJersey.com covered it.
Do you find that now and throughout your life, art was therapeutic for you?
100%. To fully understand the struggle of what I dealt with when I was younger, when I was about 6 or 7, my brother and I were home, and we were starving. There was nothing to eat. I can't remember the last time we ate. So I took orange juice and grape juice, and I put it in ice cube trays, and I made ices for us, and that's what we had. I don't know how I still remember what it tastes like, but I go back to it a lot because I figured out, I looked around at what we had, and I was able to give him something, and there was no one to turn to at the time, and I made it work. I think that at the end, at the bare minimum, that's just my nature, and I'm still doing that whenever I can, whenever I need to. Just taking the small bits of what I have and making it something.
I would think like that's a microcosm for your life, that story.
Really?
You
It
took
is.
whatever it was, didn't matter.
People look at me and they see an artist. I'm creative, my studio, I have 3 kids, I open my gallery with my husband, my house. I look put together, and they have no idea how I got here and what a different picture it was before. I literally came from nothing. I had nothing to eat, I had no one. People can be and become whatever they put their mind to.